Howdy folks, howdy. Sean Brock here with you once again with another Get Fiddle. Got a few new things in, and if you're interested in any of these, head on over to SeanBrockMusic.com. I'd like to remember to remind you to subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss out on all the stuff coming through. You know, even if you ain't going to buy anything, there's no crime against window shopping. You know that. There's no crime against it. No, there's not. But we have the best of the modern stuff and a lot of great vintage stuff that comes through as well. You don't want to miss out on that. And here's one that's available over at SeanBrockMusic.com. And this gentleman right here who expertly crafted this one is certainly no stranger to the channel. I speak of the guru from Galax, Mr. Jimmy Edmonds over there at Galax, Virginia. Of course, I have owned 3 of Jimmy's guitars. I actually have another one that's about ready to go. And then there's the Sean Brock signature model, Edmonds D-28. There's been a whole lot of videos on here. And here's one that is available. Okay, so this one right here is serial number 234. Number 234. He was long established here, 234 guitars in, and this is a Honduran Rosewood, built in the year of 2014, I do believe. I'll put what specs I know in the description box, along with a link direct to the website if you're interested in purchasing this or checking out some of the other inventory. We've got Martins, Goodall, I don't know what all we got, Dreamwoods, we got all kinds of stuff, Bouchers, whatever. But anyway, this here is Honduran Rosewood 28 style, beautiful sunburst red spruce top. This is ebony fingerboard, Ebony Bridge. Look to be Waverly pins in there. It is 1 3/4 to nut. And fret wear very, very unnoticeable. I mean, there's barely a chance of a shadow in there. Setup work is really good, as I'm accustomed to seeing from Jimmy. He's, to me, Jimmy has never been surpassed in his setup and his craftsmanship. Waverly tuners, nickel here. Oh goodness, mahogany neck. Yes, it does have a truss rod, forward shifted scalloped X bracing. This neck, I'm going to say this is dialing it down a notch. I'm going to say at the first fret, this is in the mid 830s, mid 840s, and it's going to graduate about 100 thousandths. It's going to go up into maybe up to about 950. Between 950 and 960. It's got a really nice feel, very manageable. But if you do like vintage necks, but some of them get a little bit too thick for you, like on some of the Authentics or something like that, then you can get along with this. This is appears to be a narrower string spacing, closer to 2 5/32. Yeah, like I said, sunburst finish, unmessed around with, plenty of saddle height. Really bang up setup. The string slots at the nut are really good. You got exposure there on the top, so it doesn't look like anybody's messed with this, which has been my experience with Jimmy's guitars. I often speak of mine that all I did was give it about a 1/16 of a turn of a truss rod adjustment. And that's all I've ever done. I've never lowered my action or anything. It's just been very, very stable. Jimmy is a big user of fish glue on his bracing and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, really good guitar. And this guitar has a huge bass. It's one that is really good for folks who are light-handed. This particular instrument, it takes nothing to make it respond. I mean, to try to put it in with something that maybe you've played, maybe something like a Jim Merrill or Rufus Thames, something like that. This is not a overweight build at all. This is a pretty light guitar for a Rosewood. and it just responds real well to a light touch. Check it out and hang around for this bass. But anyway, got that link over there if you're interested in this 2014. Oh, varnish finish. I forgot that. Varnish finish, big feature. If you're interested in this 2014 Jimmy Edmonds, serial number 234. I also said it was 1 3/4 and it's 1 30 seconds. Read it. Don't just trust me. What I write down is right. What I tell you, who knows? Intonation is just perfect, as it is always on Jimmy's guitars. Just beautiful. Nice trebles. Light build, but you still got real nice harmonics coming out. Always a recording machine in Edmonds, and that's because he's a fantastic musician and has played on a lot of records, but he's also engineered a lot of records, had a recording studio for a long time, and those experiences influence his guitar building. So you're always in for an instrument that sits in front of a microphone. I don't care what species you ask him to build it out of. You're in for an instrument that sits very, very well in front of a microphone. Check out the bass on this. Listen to this low E string. That's low. Separation. See how the will pop out? Really nice. always enjoy these so much. I know I mentioned it before, but goodness, how old's my D-18 now? 3 years old, 3.5 years old now. And I don't fault anybody that makes a guitar that something moves on it. And okay, you know, it's been 3.5 years, and my action's starting to get a little high, so I need to take the saddle down a little bit. I don't go back and blame the builder and say, oh man, you built this thing 3.5 years ago, and now the action's about 10 thousandths higher than it was. It's a natural thing, you know. It's wood, it's going to swell, it's going to contract, and you're going to have it out in the sun at a jam session. You're going to have it out when it's a little colder than you should, and a little more humid, and a little more dry, and this, that, and the other. I'm used to that, but it's always impressed me just the way that these guitars just settle in, and they don't creep. They just really don't move around. I know Jimmy's work when I feel it, because there's just hardly anybody that can come up with a setup job like Jimmy Edmonds, and it's always just, man, they practically play themselves, unless I'm playing them, and then they play themselves with my mess ups, my clams in there. Key of A. Sits in a mix. It's rosewood guitar, but it'll sit in a mix. So nice. Got that low end there, don't you? Balance, a nice balance. Everything he makes, there again, regardless of the species. And this ain't got anything to do with, this is nothing I haven't said before. This is stuff I've said on the guitars of his that I've owned. This is ones, you know, we have some friends who have builds from Jimmy, and they'll say, hey, do a video on my Edmonds. Yeah, okay. And, you know, way back in the days when I was doing videos for Dale Owen, and he was selling guitars, and he had some Edmonds. It's something that's a recurring theme, just the balance and the response of these. B flat. Yeah. You go to the next string there, Sean. See? Is it? That's when you know when a guitar is solid. Does it sound good and have a nice cut when I'm beating and swarping? Yeah. That's cool. Because if you're playing bluegrass guitar, you're going to do a certain amount of beating and swarping. But how's it play pretty stuff? How does your guitar play pretty stuff? How do these other guitars that I have on here play pretty stuff? Some of them do it very well, and some of them don't do it worth a roofer's you know what. But that's up to you, the listener, to decide. But I think this does well at pretty stuff. Very well at pretty stuff, and it does good enough at beating and swarping. Now, if you are exclusively a beater and swarper, I do not discriminate against you. I have stuff that is heavy built that if that's all you do, then I have guitars that are a little bit better suited for you than this. There again, this is, I mean, this is a lower body tuning, so this just excels so well with a lighter touch. Beaters and swarpers, yeah, we got other stuff for you. But people who like diversity and need a guitar that'll play pretty, you need a guitar that's got good volume, but you can do some singing and it doesn't interfere with you. This is the guitar for you. Check the tone color here. nice and warm. There's some things that that are just hard to replicate, man. And the abilities of Jimmy Edmonds are very hard to replicate. And I've played such a diverse range of instruments. People would say, "Oh, I want a real bright guitar," and he said, "Okay." "I wanted this kind of guitar." "Okay." "I just want a beaten sword." "Okay." "I want a guitar that sounds good, but I don't have to work real hard to get it out of it." "Okay." And, he's built over 400 instruments. Weighs over 400 now. And he knows what to do. I mean, and it doesn't matter to me if you buy this one or if you buy something directly to Jimmy. I like sending people to Jimmy. He's a friend of mine. And I have email discussions with a few guys that have builds going on right now. It has nothing to do with me, but they say, "Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?" And I say, "Hey, yeah, well, let's talk about it." But this will make a excellent guitar for the right person. Here, I'm gonna beat and swirl. It'll beat and swirl, but don't let it live a life of that. Okay, I mean, if you buy this guitar, be somebody that likes to play singer-songwriter kind of stuff and respects that it has this low E that you can enjoy, but it also has other things about it. I don't want this to go to the wrong person. Okay. Anyway, it is for sale. SeanBrockMusic.com, 606-547-4477 between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Saturday. Man, I got that out pretty good. See the description box. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if y'all have any questions. God bless you guys.